Moral tales. Moral tales.
The Village Witch. Once upon a time, in a quite small village called Kafetha, far away near the mountains, there lived a short, barren woman named Kafetha. Though Kafetha wasn't blessed with any child, she was known for her seemingly kind demeanor. However, behind her gentle facade lay a dark secret. She was a witch, skilled in the dark arts, who envied the prosperity and happiness of her neighbours. Kafetha's envy was particularly sparked by the vibrant fruit trees that thrived in her neighbours' gardens. The trees bore luscious mangoes, ripe bananas, and succulent papayas, filling the air with their sweet fragrance. Every day Kafetha would watch the villagers with their children tend to their trees with joy and laughter, and a bitter jealousy would gnaw at her heart. Unable to bear the sight of others' happiness, Kafetha decided to use her dark power to bring misery upon them. In the dead of night, she would go into the neighbors' gardens, gather their fruits, and mutter incantations under her breath, then cast a spell upon them. Instantly, the fruit trees would wither. The results were swift and devastating. Each and every morning, the villagers would wake up to find that the once vibrant trees began to wither, their leaves turning brown and brittle, the fruits falling to the ground before they could ripen. The villagers were baffled and heartbroken, unable to understand why their beloved trees were dying. The villagers tried everything to save their trees, but nothing worked. It wasn't long before suspicion fell upon Kafetha, whose own garden remained unaffected by the blight. It remained lush and green, full of succulent fruits. Rumors began to spread, whispers of her dark practices growing louder. Determined to uncover the truth, the village elders devised a plan. They decided to keep a watch on Kafetha, discreetly observing her movements. One moonless night, their vigilance paid off. They saw Kafetha slip out of her hut, clutching a small flashlight. She crept towards the nearest neighbor's garden, her eyes gleaming with malevolent intent. The elders confronted Kafetha. Catching her in the act, she tried to deny her actions, but the evidence was irrefutable. The bundle of fruits she had picked from the garden, the incantations they overheard, and the withered trees were enough to condemn her. Kafetha was brought before the entire village and was forced to confess. The villagers, both angry and fearful, decided that she could no longer remain among them. They consulted with the village healer, Mama Kasui, who used the traditional way to break Kafetha's spell and restore the trees. Mama Kasui performed a powerful ritual to strip Kafetha her dark power, using sacred herbs from the forest. Kafetha was forced to drink the bitter herbs and was bathed with the same herb solutions as the villagers watched. Suddenly, she became weak, and she went crouching down as she confessed. Her malevolent aura dissipated, leaving her powerless. Her witchcraft powers were already cleansed. Angry villagers chanted in unison, "Banish! Banish!" Kafetha was then banished by the elders from the village and sent to live in isolation in a remote part of the forest. Without her dark powers, she led a very lonely and difficult life, haunted by the consequences of her envy and malice. Back in the village, Mama Kasui and the villagers worked tirelessly to destroy some of the blighted trees, and during the rainy season, they planted more trees, and slowly by slowly, the dried trees began to regrow and return to their former glory. The villagers rejoiced, their hearts lighted by the restoration of their beloved gardens. From that day forward, the story of Kafetha served as a caution, a reminder of the dangers of envy and the destructive power of dark magic. The villagers learned to cherish their blessings and to protect their community from those who would seek to harm it. And so the Kaseve village thrived once more, bathed in the warmth of the sun and the sweetness of its vibrant, life-giving fruits. The end. Moral of the story: envy and deception is disastrous, and always be vigilant to spot your enemy or anyone that brings harm to the community.